In today's video, I want to show you some tips and tricks I've learned on using the rotary tool. And it really starts with the direction of the cup or the item that you are engraving. So I'm going to take you through two different directions here so it hopefully gives you a visual. This is the way it made the most sense to me as I was learning. So the first one is going to be if the mouth of the cup is to the right of the rotary tool, or what I would call the big part of the rotary tool. And then we'll jump into laser box. So now we're in laser box. I've got my image imported. It's obviously a little too large, so we need to scale this down a little bit. So I'm going to select it. And I'm going to make sure I click the little lock because I want the proportion to be locked when I scale so it doesn't get squished or stretched or anything like that. And so I'm going to bump this down a little bit to fit on a cup. And then you're going to see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees for this sample because the mouth of the cup is pointing to the right. So 90 degrees, I'm going to fill it. And this is how you make sure that it is right side up on that cup when the mouth is to the right of the laser. I'm a visual learner, so this is how I figure it out. So now we're in the laser itself with the cup, and I'm going to get everything all lined up. Um, Make sure you frame it. Framing is critical to any laser engraving on a rotary for sure. So once you get that done, hopefully you know all about how to do that. We'll get to lasering, and I'll speed it up pretty dramatically to move on to the next step because that's not really what we're talking about here. But one thing you will notice on this test is, as you can see, the cup shifted just a hair on the back side there, and it's going to come off the rotary here in a second, which just obviously bungles up the entire engraving. Um, Again, this is not a final piece by any means, and my jig on the back would have been a little better if I'd thought it through. So um, make sure you keep it on the rotary. So even though the engraving is pretty bad, you get the gist. It's right side up with the cup facing, the mouth of the cup facing to the right. So now we're going to flip it over and look at the other direction. So we're in laser box again, imported another image, very similar process. Gonna click the lock so it proportions good. Change the size, change the rotation, and fill it. And in this case, we're going to go 270 degrees rather than 90, so that it is the other direction because the mouth is going to be pointing to the left, which you'll see here in just a second. Okay, so now we've got a different cup. It's obviously pointed the other direction, and you can see I rotated it so that it shows the other direction versus the 90 versus 270 degrees. So it really is that simple. Just visualize it in your head before you start laying out your graphics, and good luck. Hopefully you don't fall off the rotary like I did. Oh, and don't forget, if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.